Good evening, traders. This is Anka Metcalf with Trade Out Loud, and welcome to the new trading session. We're 16 minutes into the new trading session for 3/5/2020, and we're getting the first ticks. Before we actually say goodbye to this fabulous day that we had in the market with great price velocity, I just want to recap for my traders and for you one of our trades today. And I think there is a lot of educational pieces in this video. First off, in the morning, I was bullish biased as long as the price would trade above the 26,600, and as we were going to hold this support level right here. Notice that I have a caution area here on the chart. And for me, it was very important for the price to try to close above this caution price in order to start advancing higher. So I decided this morning to initiate a long over 26,600. Now, keep in mind that these are really wide ranges. Volatility usually opens up and opens the door to really wide ranges and some pretty hawkish price action. So if you're new to trading, just observe and just watch how volatility is played out. And if you have a larger trading account, by all means, you can participate in these moves. If you have a medium account size, then I suggest you could try this with E-mini micros, or if you have a small account size, you could just paper trade it. Volatility is not something that you take lightly, so you have to have extreme caution when trading because the ranges are very wide. Even though the patterns are setting up and technicality of the chart is there, the problem is that a lot of traders blow their accounts because they see a buy setup, they see a reversal happen, and they don't measure the risk. And this is something that literally is blowing up accounts. So it was the #1 reason for traders blowing up their accounts in 2018. So you don't want to be a victim of that. All right, so let me walk you through my thought process. The overnight trading session saw the primary, the Democratic primary, as a positive sign, and the market started to ascending higher. Plus, we didn't have any coronavirus news, and that was positive. We also had consumer confidence at 10 o'clock that helped the price out and pushed the price a little bit higher. And so all in all, it was not really a bearish environment. One thing that I've noticed is that we had a really nice structure from Friday. So on Friday, we finally put in a temporary bottom. Let's call it a temporary bottom. We formed a support level. So the price actually came in and revisited the monthly support. It danced around and it pivoted into this area before it started to push a little bit higher after the gap down on Sunday. And then the price accelerated higher, made a new high in the overnight trading session. Actually, European session pushed it higher, and then London session kicked in and tried to drag it a little bit lower, but they didn't find any sellers below this 25K. So soon after, we put in another reversal. We traded above this resistance line and we started to accelerate higher through the levels. It was not an easy day on Monday, and in fact on Monday I did not take any trades. On Tuesday I had a trade in gold, and today actually I had a trade in the Dow. We accelerated higher on Monday, and soon after we ranged. Yesterday we came in again. We had some other coronavirus news that took the price a little bit lower. So I just want to tell you that in this environment, you have to pay attention to everything that is coming out, because one negative news about the increase of coronavirus infected individuals can actually push the market lower because of the panic. Plus, there are a lot of, the tourism industry is literally suffering. There are a lot of events that are being canceled. I'm in Boca Raton, Florida, and I like to attend the Futures annual event at the Boca Raton Resort, and it was canceled. So for that reason, a lot of hotels are taking, resorts are taking precautionary measures. a lot of meetings are being held online right now. So back to charts this morning. We have had a visit into the prior low, and soon after we started to gradually move higher. We could see that we had a nice gradual overnight price action all the way into 7 a.m. Now, keep in mind that London session traders knew that an overnight trading session traders knew that there is news pending. Typically, before any kind of news announcement, the market remains a little bit more range bound than usual. So right off the open, I saw this peak here that literally was chewing up all this resistance to the left-hand side. So it was definitely into a digestion mode. So it was nice and timid, gradual move up. I saw the price starting to ascend above the moving averages. So this was a really positive sign that as long as the price would remain and peak above the 450 to 500, this would be positive for price for a further continuation higher. I also had the support that was established in the overnight trading session yesterday that would serve in today's trading session as supplemental support for price action. So I had the dynamic support from the moving averages. The moving averages were ascending. I had linear support from prior support low, now creating minor support for current price action. I had my dotted line that suggested caution area into this area, however, was bullish. So I initiated my trade into the 26,600. Shortly after I initiated the trade, I moved to a smaller time frame, which actually is the 5-minute. So I was watching the 5-minute trade. First 5-minute candle was still into the range bound price action. We still had massive support into the 26,300. But I was looking for an inside kind of information here, and I was looking for a way to average in a little bit more size. So I decided to add, so initial trade was 26,600. I decided to add based on this inside bar, and based on this velocity, boom, it triggered me immediately. So I added at 450 with a hard stop into the 350. So hard stop. I played just this candle on the add. I was stopped out on the second lot, took the price. I had the initial amount of contracts in, and took the price back into support. So then I was watching the price like a hawk because I was watching into the 10 o'clock reversal time. So it was 10 o'clock reversal time, plus we had consumer confidence numbers. I was watching like a hawk the confidence numbers to see what is going to happen. Numbers came out, they were positive, and the price started to move higher. So it was great. Usually this is a great opportunity for traders, especially if you add, on to your trade to bring your average down. It is a great idea to scale out of the add position. I mean, this is actually, debatable. It depends on each trader style, because the ease out of the position would actually serve, because basically what you had here is you had this reversal move up. So the average down has served this purpose. So that's why you're taking the contracts out. I, however, remained in because I had very much confidence in this level, and I wanted it to play out to the upside. I really had confidence that the price is ready to push higher. I had technical indication that it may want to push higher because the 4-hour chart were still very much, you could see it right here, the 4-hour chart, it was trying to form, it was trying to blast over this high into the 600. It blasted higher. It came with a quick revisit into a confluence area and then zipped back up. So I love the shape of this candle. So I stayed in. And then I saw the next trigger point into the 640 level that may push the price into the 26,800. 26,800 was our one of our targets. You could see it right here, bullish above, and this was the secondary breakout level. So 26,800, very bullish area. And I was getting ready to trail a little tighter as we were going into the 800. When I saw the price velocity, I remained into the trade with, again, with the initial size plus the add, which was an equal size. And then the price took us higher into 1 o'clock. As expected during the doldrum periods, the price remained sideways. The 20 SMA caught the price, launched it higher, pull back again, launched the price again, so it remained in great parameters, and then we broke out over 800. That took the price. We had a final target into 27,000, and this is where I offered out into this rip to the upside, and I offered out some contracts, and then for the rest of the trade. I trailed very close into the 27,050, and this was the last trade of my day. It was actually the only trade of the day that I actually took, because it required a lot of work, and sometimes you need to have a lot of patience with charts. I often, mention that in my trading room. It's like, guys, you need to have patience. You have the patience, you're going to bank up the big bucks. You don't have the patience, you're going to be taken in and out, in and out, in and out, and all you're going to do is rack up commissions, and you're not going to have really good trades. So this was a wrap up of my trade with an entry here, another entry here that stopped, and then another entry based on the 5-minute reversal right into reversal time, including news. And it took the price higher, and then it was a fabulous day again for us this week. High velocity trades, this is what I do. And if you are interested in joining our trading room, feel free to go to our website. It is tradeoutloud.com/futures live trading room, and join us. Also, we have a class that is coming up at the end of the month. The class starts March 30th through Friday, April 3rd, and it is a 5-day class. You get to be trained by me. It is, like I said, a 5-day class. In the evenings, it is from 6:30 p.m. till about 9 p.m. every single day, and then it is followed with hands-on trading. You're going to be trading with me for a month. This was all for tonight. Have a great rest of the night, and I'll see you guys soon. Happy trading.